So who are the 144,000 today, and where can we find them? If you have listened to me at all in any of my other videos, you would know that I have repeatedly said that the people, modern day Israel, and the people that are there today, who are predominantly Ashkenazi Jews, are not God's people, that are of the line of Abraham. They are of the line of Japheth. They are descendants of Japheth. So the 144,000, let me be clear, will not be coming from modern Israel today. They will come from God's people who are scattered throughout the world to this day. So do we have any idea of who they might be? And in the text, we can get clues as to who they could be. If you read Revelation chapter 3, the Lord have a description of them. It says, to the church in Philadelphia, and I'm going to read from verse 8, I know your works. Behold, I have set before you an open door which no one is able to shut. I know that you have but little power, and yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. And so this description of the church of Philadelphia, who are the 144,000, it's a description of a people who are, they're powerless in their circumstances, right? And it's almost like they would rather something else, but they have no power, no authority, nothing to change their circumstances. But in all of it, and in all that life has, I would say, thrown at them, they have kept the word of the Lord, and they have remained faithful to God. And so the Lord says, behold, I will make those of the synagogue of Satan who say that they are Jews and are not. Behold, I will make them come and bow down before you. So you see that contrast, that there is a people today who calls themselves Jews, but are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. So they are not the descendants of the Lord. So then who are the Lord's people? So if you look at Deuteronomy 28, to do that, you need to accept that the Lord's people, when the Lord brought the people out of Egypt, he gave them blessings, but he also gave them curse. And he says that if you break the covenant, or if you do not obey my commands, then these curses are going to come upon you. And so the curses fell upon the people. And so a lot of so to know who they are, we must go back and we must read the curse and see who these curse fits. So let's read from Deuteronomy 28, and let's read from verse 64. And it says, and the Lord will scatter you among all peoples from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your fathers have known. And among these nations you shall find no respite. Kind of like the description of being powerless, right? You shall find no respite, and there shall be no resting place for the sole of your foot. But the Lord will give you there a trembling heart, and failing eyes, and a languishing soul. So there is unrest in the heart of these people. Your life shall hang in doubt before you. Night and day you shall be in dread, and have no assurance of your life. In the morning you shall say, if only it was evening, and in the evening you shall say, if only it was morning, because of the dread that your heart shall feel, and the sights that your eyes shall see. And the Lord will bring you back in ships to Egypt, a journey that I promise that you shall never make again. And there you shall offer yourself for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves. But there will be no buyers. So you see that the people of God are ones who are scattered. They're scattered to slavery. So essentially, the people of color, what they call African American, black people, and I'm not saying all black people, because Abraham had two brothers, and only Abraham was chosen was chosen by God, and there were many other black nations. So while I do feel like today there's a lot of black people who come under the curse, not all black people, or not come under the curse, but have suffered the curse. Not all black people are Israel. But you see that the description is here fits clearly. The transatlantic slavery is the number one event that scattered people through slavery to the four corners of the earth. And to this day, black people continue to be oppressed. A lot of people says, oh, they're not oppressed, they're not this. I have worked and I have felt the oppression of blacks. Has it gotten better? 100%. But are we still a bore, or are we still a thing of horror in most culture? Yeah, most people don't want to be with a black person. It has gotten a lot better, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying here is that the description here is of God's people, that the black race is the Lord's people, or those of, because not all of them. And then if you read Joel chapter 3, it tells you that the Lord says here, for behold, in those days, and at that time when I restore the fortunes of Judah and Jerusalem, I will gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will enter into judgment with them there on behalf of my people and my heritage Israel, because they have scattered them among the nations and have divided up my land and have caused lot for my people. And then it comes down here and it says, well, my speech isn't exactly made of. So in verse 6 of Joel 3, it says, you have sold the people of Judah and Jerusalem to the Greeks in order to remove them far from their own border. Behold, I will stir them up from the place to which you have sold them, and I will return your payment on your head full. So if you read throughout the Old Testament prophetic books, it will say that the yoke of iron that the Lord has put around the neck of his people, only him can remove it. And when he does, he is going to remove them from a state of oppression, as is described in Revelation chapter 3. The state that the Lord is going to redeem his people from is not a state of liberation, but it is one of being powerless to change their circumstances. So when the Lord take the 144,000 out, he is not taking people that are liberated, but people who are powerless. And to this day, that can be described as the state of black people. So, and yes, I say black people because I do believe that a lot of blacks have fallen under the curse because simply the color of their skin. God has hidden his people, and most people don't even know that they are Israel today. But the Lord once again will get their attention and make known who they are. So that's it for now. And I will end with this. I'm not here. What the message that I bring, it's not one